Let me mention some ECW guys. Tell me the first thing that comes to your head. If you got a story, I'm sure you've done this 1,000 times, but I love hearing about the other guys. So Sabu.
Um, Sabu was always distant to me. Not that I had any trouble working with him, but he kind of stayed in his own world. And it's funny that now, when we're like at conventions and signings and stuff like that, he's oh, you're the best. It wasn't for you and John, ECW wouldn't be anything. And he's really, I don't know if he's changed or I just am more in a more comfortable place. We're both more in a more comfortable place, but I never had a problem with him. Always great to work with. If he didn't like, he trusted me a handful of times. He said, "Look, if I'm going to do the Arabian Face Buster, if it doesn't look right, let me know, and we'll go on and do something else for a finish." Okay, you trust me enough, I
Nice.
accept that responsibility.
Taz.
Intense. My one Taz story was the Flyers were in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and of course in Philadelphia, they're a big sports town, and Flyers were huge. This is before the Eagles were making any kind of buzz.
Right.
So I'm wearing a Flyers shirt, and he comes up and goes, "Hey, you're wearing my colors. You can't wear you can't wear his colors." And I thought, wow, how am I going to get out of this? I said, you know what? I'm not the only one here tonight that's going to be wearing your colors. This building, I'm like, put my arm around his shoulder. This building is going to be filled with orange and black, and it won't be for you. And there's your promo tonight. There's how you're going to get the crowd. He goes, all right, you can wear
Nice.
that.
Nice. I like that.
So I was able to talk my way out of situations.
New Jack.
Again, great to work with. Never had a problem with him. You would think maybe you would have a trouble as a referee with a guy who did so many wild things, but no, he entrusted me to make sure that he was safe in the ring. I think I think all the guys did with John and I and Mike and all the guys along the line. I don't think we really had any incompetent referees the whole time.
John and Mike are both two good guys too. I've
Yeah.
known Mike Keenan forever, and John, great ref, great guy. Oh, Raven.
Again, another one. I never had any problems with. Always, include. He'd like to include referees with going over stuff, and didn't actually say, "Hey, do you think that breaks the ref look bad, or do you think that sounds stupid?" But he would listen to my opinion.
Bubba.
Bubba was all business. There weren't too many times he was kidding around in the back, but you got along with him. Not a problem at all.
D-Von.
D-Von was a lot friendlier.
Hmm.
Kidded around a lot with D-Von. Had a lot of fun with D-Von. He was John and I were known for kind of being ribbers, or at least ball busters. And D-Von was a victim of ours a few times, but he took it well.
RVD.
RVD against Balls Mahoney at the arena, and it was maybe a week before Christmas. I think it was 98, may have been 99, I forget which. And the spot is Balls swings a chair, of course, swings a chair, Rob ducks. Rob does a spin kick, Balls ducks, and the referee gets hit in the head. Balls is a little broader back in the backside. And when he bent over, I didn't have enough room to move in, and Rob clipped me right on my nose, broke my nose, and knocked me out. And I didn't know that I was knocked out. It was a short one. I was out for maybe a minute, but didn't know I was knocked out until I watched the show 2 weeks later when it aired, because Fonzie came over and tried to wake me up because I was supposed to get back up and count. Fonzie came over and tried to wake me up, and nothing happened. one of the security came over and tried. I think either Rocky or Timekeeper or Bob Ortiz tried, and then Fonzie again, and that was when I went and did the count. But I thought Fonzie just came and woke me up, and that was it. But I wasn't until I watched it a couple weeks later that I noticed that I was out. And because when I went to the back, there was a little trickle of blood, and you couldn't really see it in my goatee out of my nose. And my nose, I was breathing fine, no problem. And they're like, "Yeah, you broke your nose." I'm like, "No, look, no problem. I can breathe, no problem. What's the next match?" I had Candido's match. And he's like, "No, you're not doing my match. You have a broken nose. Go sit down, dummy." And the next morning I woke up and my nose was out to here, and I had the raccoon eyes. But yeah, that's my. So then a couple weeks, the next time I saw Rob, or no, I'm sorry, we were in the back after the match. Rob comes up and he goes, "Dude, you're killing my buzz."
That's his way of saying sorry. Wow. You talk about Balls Mahoney, and everyone knows him for the chairs and all that.
Yeah.
What a worker he was.
Oh my God. I wish I could find amateur tapes of him, because I understand he was a hell of an amateur wrestler in high school.
And man, that guy was just an unbelievable worker.
Mm-hmm.
When he was Boo Bradley in Smoky Mountain, him and you mentioned Candido. I was gonna ask you about Chris. Man, they'd have 30-minute matches on every house show. You know, just two buddies from New Jersey.
Yeah, because they would. That's how they trained. It was just another training session for them. Only people were watching and paying. If promoters want to reach me, the best way to do that is on X or Twitter, and it's at Jim Molineaux. It's all one word, all lowercase. Or you can search me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and usually have all my information there, where I'm going to be, and how to reach me if you do want to use me. And I'm taking bookings.